Just in, court cases won't stop handover to Tinubu and Shettima, federal government says. So what Buhari and the federal government of APC is saying that court cases won't stop handover. So I mean, even as the case is in court, they will still go ahead to inaugurate Tinubu as and hand over the government to him and run away. Okay, so then at that time, everything will be under the control of Tinubu, and he can disband the court. He can do anything that time. He can scatter everywhere because that time power will be in his hand, himself and Shettima. These people lost completely, and they cannot. In fact, they have been rejected by Nigerians. So this APC government, and under Buhari, it has come out to be the worst government ever in the history of Nigerian democracy. Quite unfortunate for them to come out and vow that they must hand over to Tinubu Shettima, whether there's court case or not. That court case won't stop them. I wonder. It means that they actually don't want the progress of this country. The federal government on Tuesday gave the assurance that the transmission of power from the President Major General Muhammadu Buhari retired to the President-elect Bola Tinubu would be smooth and peaceful. This was, as the government said, the refurbishment of offices for the President and Vice President-elect had been completed. Addressing journalists in Abuja on Tuesday, the chairman of the Transition Committee, Boss Mustafa, stressed that litigations would not stop the handover ceremony from taking place. He said the committee had been active and the refurbishment of offices for the President and Vice President-elect has been completed. The facility at the Defense House is ready. Security personnel of the Department of State Services and the Nigerian Police Force have also been deployed to the President and Vice President-elect. Protocol officers have also been assigned to both the President-elect and the Vice President-elect from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the National Intelligence Agency. Mustafa noted that the Security Subcommittee had been saddled with the responsibility to ensure no one truncates the handover. Can you imagine? So when it happens now, you start shooting people. That is what you will do. He said all litigations, whether resolved or not, will not in any way stop the process. The president is not spending a day extra in office. The security committee has the responsibility to ensure that nothing happens to truncate the transition process. Nigerians are very law-abiding people. Who told you? The government coming into power is never law-abiding. So why do you say that Nigerians are law-abiding? Whoever has lost an election, okay, there are provided avenues for those people to make whether legal inquiry they want to make, but the process would continue unabated. We would not create another constitutional crisis on May 29 and handover will take place. That is what Boss Mustafa is saying, who is the chairman of the Transition Committee. So what he's telling us now is that everything has been put in place. The renovation of the offices and accommodation for the president and the vice president-elect have also been completed. Security details have been given to them and are waiting for May 29 to do handover. So President Muhammadu Buhari, in essence, has promised to hand over power to Tinubu come rain, come sun, and saying nothing will stop it. Quite unfortunate that this is the kind of government that Buhari is leaving behind. The same way he messed up in 1984 and then Babangida took over government for him in 1985. It's the same way he's messing up in the in democratic setting now. He came and messed up the entire government system in Nigeria and now want to hand over to somebody else who will ground Nigeria completely. This is not going to happen in Nigeria. No matter how long it takes, justice will prevail. That is my belief. No matter how long it takes, justice will prevail. This transition committee is just doing their job. Boss Mustafa is just saying what is paid to say. That is the truth. So, but when the time comes, we will know how Nigeria, the power of the people, how powerful is the people of Nigeria, because that is actually going to be the tool for getting justice in this country. It's enough for all these old crop of politicians that are nosediving Nigeria into abysm. We cannot continue like this. Nigeria cannot continue like this. Something must change. The whole process must change. System must change. We need a better change. Not the kind of change that APC promised in 2015 and 2019 that they could not provide. Now a genuine change has come, and Nigerians have seen it and are subscribing to it. All those small APC miscreants that are coming together to say it was a free and fair election, towing the narrative of the APC campaign, Presidential Campaign Council spokespersons, the likes of Femi Fani-Kayode, the likes of Festus Keyamo, the likes of Bayo Onanuga. All of those people will get themselves to shame and to blame, because the truth remains that they did not win election. They killed people, they messed people, they did all sort of things to get it. So it was a kind of election robbery. That is the truth. It was election robbery. Okay, and this Tinubu and some Yoruba miscreants in Lagos introduced tribal bigotry in Lagos to stop other non-Yorubas from voting. They even went as far as making Yorubas not to vote, saying they look like Igbos, even when they don't. It's quite unfortunate that this has happened, and then Buhari is sustaining all of this, saying that it is well. It is not well, and it's never going to be well with this system of government. Something must change, and the Nigerian people will take the power in their hands and do the change by themselves. Because actually, nobody is going to come and change it from the external world. It's going to be Nigerians that will make the change, irrespective of the fact that few have been paid, okay, to propagate falsehood for this APC to sustain them in power. It's not going to be sustained. Things will definitely change, okay? And at the end of the day, we will see where we will go. All of these people will be put to shame. All of these people will be put to shame, okay? All of these people will be put to shame. It's quite unfortunate that Nigeria has come to this point because of all these APC old men, fraudulent people coming to power. Okay, so this is what the transition committee is saying. They're just saying it on their own. They're just doing what they're paid to do. They cannot dictate for Nigerians. They cannot determine for Nigerians. That is the fact about it. Nigerians will definitely take the power they have, the voting power they have, and then if their votes, in fact, what Nigerians are basically doing is defending their vote. If their vote is not counting, they will make sure that their vote counts. The fact remains that their vote must count, and are working to make sure that their vote counts, because what has happened here, what Mahmoud Yakubu did, is not counting the vote of Nigerians. He didn't use the vote of Nigerians. He used his discretion because APC has paid him to declare Tinubu as a winner. He didn't use Nigerian votes. Nigerian votes must be used. That is the truth. And that is what everybody is asking for. And nothing less, nothing more. Nigerian votes must be used. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment.